Hey guys, Michael here from michaelsherlock.com. Today is March 23rd, 2010, and I want to talk to you about a new device that has been announced for the market by Sprint. It's called the HTC Evo, and I really think this is the one device that can truly be an iPhone killer for what it has jam-packed into it. So let's just start off with some of the specifications. It has a 480 by 800 resolution 4.3-inch LCD TFT display, a 1 GHz Snapdragon processor, and if you want the specifics, it's the QSD8650. Now, it's not just powerful in the CPU though, it also has a 1 GB of ROM and 512 megabytes of RAM, so it's a fully featured device in terms of components and specifications. It's going to run Android 2.1, so the latest build of Android, so you get all the goodies, the new App Store, the updated browser, everything of that nature. But on top of that, it's not just going to be the same stale version of Android Google releases, or a stale version. It also is going to include an updated version of the HTC Sense UI overlay interface. So it's really going to be a really nice looking device. But that's not all. It actually also has, besides being a really powerful device in that regard, an 8 megapixel autofocus camera with dual LED flash. This thing is going to kick ass and take names. You're not going to need a flip camera because it also records in 720p. So basically, it's now your most powerful, one of the more powerful cell phones on the market, running a really nice operating system. It destroys the flip Minnow HD and Ultra lines because it's the same thing, basically the same camera built into your cell phone, plus 8 megapixel stills with a nice flash. How are you going to beat that? Well, it also has a 1.3 megapixel front-facing camera for video chat. And now I've seen this on Nokia devices before, but Sprint is really going to support this. They don't have an application available right now, but when this thing launches, it will support video chat. So they're really trying to pump up their network and pump up their brand by saying, hey, video chat with us. And that's the first major push I've seen by a US carrier. Now all the content, because you have that 8 megapixel camera, you have that fast processor, you have a lot of content coming to this device. Well, what if you want to view it on a bigger screen? HDMI out. You can view all your content, 720p on your TV, the videos you take, all of that. Boom. But it also has a lot of other features thrown in too. FM radio, digital compass, 802.11b and G Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 2.1 with A2DP, an 8GB microSD card included, built-in kickstand for hands-free, so you just put the device down on your table and you can watch the content that you want. But I deceived you a little bit. This is actually the HTC Evo 4G. This is the first mobile carrier, but I deceived you a little bit. This isn't just the Evo. This is the Evo 4G. It's the first handset I've seen to include a built-in 4G radio. So what does 4G basically mean? Peak download speeds of about 10 megabits per second, average from 3 to 6 megabits per second. So that's pretty much mobile Wi-Fi. Not a lot of people have faster than 3 to 6 megabits per second, especially outside of this tech bubble. It's not available everywhere. It's available in 25 cities right now, including Maui, Las Vegas, Austin, Philadelphia, and Portland, and it's coming to many more cities, including San Francisco, Washington, D.C., and New York. You can find more information about Sprint 4G at sprint.com/4G. So you have a really nice processor, a lot of internal beefy components, 4G, video chat. But what if you want to share that? We've already spoken about the HDMI out, but you also have a built-in mobile hotspot application. So basically you can share your 4G or 3G. This will switch between 4G and 3G EVDO Rev A with the mobile hotspot application and can connect your other cell phones, your laptop, your desktop, whatever the case may be, and you can get that blazing fast 4G if it's available, or 3G, which isn't too bad as well. Now, I think this is an iPhone killer. I think it has the specifications to beat the iPhone right on the box. I think it has the operating system to match up with iPhone OS, especially because it's so open, and you have that Sense UI to boost it up. And it's such an open platform that you can do almost whatever you want to it. So it beats the iPhone in specs, it rivals the iPhone in software, and now with 4G compared to AT&T's 3G, it's a tough matchup. I compared Sprint's 3G with AT&T's 3G, AT&T happened to win on video, but Sprint had won when I tested it before. Sprint has had better reception in schools and buildings and wherever you are, from what I've seen. So Sprint 3G is just as good as AT&T 3G, so a la equals the iPhone. And if you happen to be in one of these 25 cities or more, growing every day, you know, then you're going to get this speed increase, a dramatic speed increase from something that's, I think, average between 600 kilobytes per second and 1.3 megabits per second. You know, you have something that's going to supposedly average between 3 and 6 megabits per second. So that's almost a 3 to 6 times increase in speeds. So, you know, it rivals the iPhone in speed. It could beat the iPhone in speed if you're in 4G. It beats it in specs, and it rivals it in software. So I really think the HTC Evo 4G can beat the iPhone. I really want to get one of these in hands. I'm going to email all the contacts I have today to see if I can get a review unit for this, because this is one of the devices that I'm really, really impressed with, and I'm really, really interested in getting it in hand and comparing it to my current workhorse, the iPhone 3GS. There's no word on pricing for the actual device or for plans for this, and nobody knows at this point, although I'm sure it will cost extra for the mobile Hotspot app for tethering. This will be launching in summer 2010 this year, so in a few months, and again will include Sprint's, actually Clearwire's software, or a 4G network, I should say. Again, I'm Michael Sherlock from michaelsherlock.com. I'm pumped for the Evo 4G. Are you pumped? What do you want in a smartphone? Do you need 4G? Do you need an 8 megapixel camera? Tell me in the comments. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.